Boy, that time of day again. Welcome back, guys and gals. JJ here once again, schooloftrade.com. Got a great psychology question of the day. Today's question, he says, do you have any tricks on making day trading easier? Boy, what a great question. He says, I started trading at the beginning of 2017, and here I am at the end of the year, and I assumed this is going to be a whole lot easier than it has been. He asks, could you give me some ways to make this process easier on my bank account and easier on my emotions? Great question. And as always, I appreciate you guys emailing and posting comments with different questions I can cover in these YouTube videos. Now, in today's psychology lesson, I'm going to give you 3 different ways to make day trading easier. But before I go into today's lesson, I want to remind you this psychology lesson today is just the most recent in a series of psychology videos that I publish every week on this YouTube channel. And these videos build on topics we've already discussed in previous lessons. So if this is the first time you're watching, you might want to go back to the beginning of the video series and start from the beginning to get the most value out of these lessons. I'll put a link in the description below the YouTube video. I also want to remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to share it with a friend because everyone can benefit from a positive mindset. And if you really want to stay in tune with what's going on here at School of Trade, make sure you join our mailing list on the homepage of the website at schooloftrade.com. Now, without any further delay, the question of the day today, how do I make the business of day trading easier? Well, if you haven't noticed this yet, the business of day trading is quite a difficult one, right? They don't make it that lucrative, right, for no good reason. It's tough. A long-term successful career is not as easy as many YouTube videos want you to think. Many people begin their careers thinking that some magic software will trade for them, or there's some secret algorithm or secret pattern that will do nothing but inject money into their bank account all day long, or they'll stumble into the next big breakout penny stock opportunity. But in reality, most successful traders, most long-term successful careers come down to 3 specific components. 1 is a trading strategy, 2 is a professional trading coach, and 3 is a positive trader's mindset. So we're going to go over all 3 of those in today's video. The first leg of this 3-part strategy is the trading strategy or the trading plan itself, which most people assume is the most important part of this process. But in all honesty, a trading strategy is worthless, right, if you don't have the other 2 legs, right, of this trifecta. Your trading strategy needs to cover all the different variables that make up a successful career, such as identifying market conditions correctly, finding reliable trading opportunities, proper entry timing, proper entry techniques, risk management, account management, ongoing performance analysis. The list of variables that your trading strategy needs to address is pretty darn long. And when you're new to trading, your trading strategy should focus heavily on ways of increasing your probabilities of success, such as following the trend, buying at support in a bullish trend, selling at resistance in a bearish trend, staying away from counter trend trades, finding simple and easy to recognize trade setups and price patterns with black and white, right, fully mechanical entry and exit rules with a good risk-reward ratio that will allow you to take a few losses and still make money at the end of the week. Speaking of the end of the week, your trading strategy should put an emphasis on weekly goals rather than daily goals, which will make it easier for you to sit patiently. It'll take the pressure off you to force trades every day and allow you to stay patient for the best trades each week. Now, we've discussed these details about a good trading strategy in a lot of these previous lessons. So if you missed those, make sure you go back and watch the beginning of this psychology series, right? So the first way to make trading easier is to use a proven, battle-tested trading strategy, right? And there's a lot of variables that go into that trading strategy. And again, we've talked about it in previous lessons, and I teach a trading strategy, right, to all of our clients here at School of Trade. The second way to make trading easier is to work with a professional trading coach, right? Like someone like myself. Think of your trading strategy as the bones of your career, and your trading coach is the muscle. Your trading strategy will provide the structure you need, the rules to follow, et cetera, and working with a trading coach is going to make you the most effective at executing that trading strategy. In my almost 10 years of experience in what I call high performance coaching, I've learned that most people have the desire to be successful, but they need the continued support, the continued guidance, right? Holding them accountable, building discipline that comes along with a professional coaching environment. Let's take example of a professional athlete who hires a coach to help him or her perform at their highest level. Their coach isn't better at the sport they're playing, right? But they have a proven technique of bringing the best out of their players. For example, take Roger Federer, right? One of the greatest tennis players of all times, right? Mr. Federer, right? Roger, he will hire a coach to help him achieve his big, lofty goals. His coach probably can't beat him in a tennis match, right? He probably can't beat his own, right? His coachee, right? But that's not the point. The goal of that coach is to help him develop into the world's best tennis player. In day trading, a coach is just as important. Your trading coach is going to look at your long-term goals, look at your skills, look at your personality traits, and develop a strategy to achieve those goals in the most effective ways possible. Your coach will help you create a plan with short-term milestones and hold you accountable every step of the process. Yes, you can be a successful trader by acting as your own trading coach. I want to make that very clear. But very few people can wear both hats. The real value of your trading coach is going to be pushing you through the hardest parts of this challenging career. When times get tough, they're going to be there with you on the floor to get you back up and running again, doing things better the next time. Personally, I've had great success using a series of professional coaches in many different parts of my life, such as trading, health and fitness, even my relationships. The money I've invested in my professional coaching over the years has given me the best return on investment I could possibly imagine. Yes, I could have most likely done things on my own, right? But I would have stumbled through it. I would have wasted too much time and lost too much money, right? I could have never accomplished what I have in such a short period of time without a great coach. The best way for you to get the most out of your trading strategy, in number one, is to find a great coach. Not someone who's better at trading than you, but someone who can bring the best out of your specific skills and your personality traits. So now that we know we can make trading easier with a proven trading strategy and a great coach, the third and final part of making trading easier is a positive mindset. Now, this is probably the most undervalued aspect of a successful trading career. And most people will roll their eyes, right? They'll discount the importance of this in their goals. Now, we've talked about how important a positive mindset is, and an optimistic view of the market and your trading career is essential to our success. But how do we achieve that, right? How do we achieve that positive mindset? First, let's address our personal lives, right? How could our personal lives apply to our trading careers? Your trading career is a mirror of your personal life. In fact, any business that you run is a mirror of your personal life. In other words, if your personal life is a mess, then your trading will likely suffer as well. Distractions, burnout, lacking sleep, poor nutrition, poor relationships, overall imbalances in your lifestyle. These are just a few ways that traders make their jobs a lot more difficult because they aren't operating at their peak performance. If you want to be the best trader, you need to start today and take responsibility for your personal life and the decisions you're making about how you spend your time and everything that applies to it. I know this sounds basic and it may sound a little bit corny maybe, but it's really important to feel good about ourselves. Just like a gardener, think of this analogy. I think this analogy works. Just like a gardener enjoys tending the garden just as much as he or she enjoys the food at harvest, right? Gardener who enjoys gardening just as much as the food that's produced. The best traders in the world enjoy the process of trading just as much as the profit that they get in trading. Here are some questions you want to ask yourself. Do you feel good when you're doing your pre-market analysis? Are you excited when you're hunting for patterns, right? When you're doing your daily review every afternoon, do you feel a sense of accomplishment? How about when the market throws you a curveball, right? And you need to rethink your strategy. Do you look forward to that challenge? Are you passionate about the challenge that is your day trading career? Or are you passionate about the money you can make from the markets? Right? There's a big difference there. It's important that we understand. Now, here are some easy ways to check and see if you really feel good about this work that you're doing. Do you have a positive mood more often than not? Right? Are you optimistic about tomorrow, next week, next month? Right? How are your energy levels? Okay? Without pills and powders, without external stimulants, right? Are your energy levels high? Do you have a feeling of fulfillment at the end of your day? Right? How about your relationships? And I'm being serious here right now, right? Are your relationship with people around you, are they positive? Are you able to give affection and receive affection to people around you? I know that may not seem important, but again, your business, if you're not happy with your business, right, your business of day trading, you're going to project that onto everything around you. And what you give usually bounces right back at you. Right? So those relationships are always a good indicator of what is really most important, right? And that is your own self-happiness. Now, remember, most people feel happiest when their current lives match what they think their lives should be. But when there's a disconnect, that's when people feel unhappy. Let me repeat that again, because I think it's really important. People feel happiest when their current lives match what they think their lives should be. But when there's a disconnect, right? When our vision of what we should be doing doesn't match what we are doing, that's when we feel unhappy, right? That's when we feel unfulfilled. And that's when we lose our energy levels, we lose our enthusiasm, we lose our focus, our determination, and because of that, our performance usually suffers quite dramatically. This is why I say emotions are important, and they shouldn't be ignored. Right? You don't want to remove your emotions, you want to use your emotions, right? They're the rocket fuel that pushes you through the hardest parts of anything that's good in this life, right? They're going to tell us where we are in our view of the world, and they're going to push and pull us to achieve what we want. Think about it. Pain tells us to stop doing something because it's bad, right? Pleasure tells us to do more of something because it's probably good for us. Our emotions do the same thing. They act as our true north, right? Our North Star. They push and pull us in the direction that fulfills our true fulfillment, right? Whatever that might be. Now, I've said this many times before. Feeling good about ourselves is one of the most important parts of any successful business. Trading is no different. This is why positive emotions are so important for our trading careers. And as I've said in many previous lessons, when we're developing more each day, when we're getting closer to our goals each week, when we're using goals that we can control, not the markets can control, our emotions will be positive and our work will be so much easier and more productive. We want our emotions to be pride, accomplishment, satisfaction, right? We don't need to expect to be making money at all times in our day trading career. We just want to feel like we're getting closer to where we're trying to get, because that's what gives us energy to keep going. And if they aren't, right, if our emotions are out of whack, our energy levels get depleted, right, and we can't work as hard as we want. Keep in mind, I also want to mention this too. It's completely unrealistic to be happy at all times, right? I'm not asking you to walk around with a big old smile on your face and say, good morning, right? Beautiful day. I understand this, right? Life gets down on us pretty quickly, doesn't it? Right? So it's unrealistic to be happy at all times. But when we are unhappy during the trading day, it's usually caused by either unrealistic expectations or using a daily goal that's not within our control. Let me repeat that. When we are unhappy during the day, it's usually because we have unrealistic expectations, or we're using a daily goal, or we're setting goals that we don't control. Right? If my goal is something that I can't control, I'm going to consistently be let down every day. And by being let down, I will disconnect my emotions, and that's going to be like wearing a weighted vest, right? It's going to keep me from really being what I need to be successful. Now, how do we accomplish that positive state of mind, right? How do we accomplish, right, that feeling of happiness that's going to fuel, right, that positive fuel, right, to push us to our success? To accomplish a more positive mindset, I recommend first using a journal every day and keeping track of what I call your emotional score throughout the day. Now, here's how it works. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very negative and 5 being very positive, it's recommended, or I recommend, that you start keeping track of how you're feeling throughout the day, giving yourself an emotional score at the end of each day. For example, every half an hour, make note in your journal for how you're feeling. Start at the beginning of the day, and then every 30 minutes, right, mark down a score, right? Then total the number at the end of the day. If you find yourself unhappy more often, in other words, if your emotional score is really low, you should definitely look at taking a step back, think about your definition of success, think about how your personal life might be affecting your mindset, think about what's realistic in your trading and what's not, and think about how to set more reasonable goals for your trading and your personal life. Right? I also want to encourage you to look closely at your personal habits. Look at your relationships. Look at your lifestyle choices. You know, our lifestyle choices have a domino effect. They don't seem to make big changes at first, but soon all those little poor decisions, they start adding up to big, big problems. Here's a tip. A number of years ago, I remember looking back at my production levels and seeing that I was working hard, but I wasn't working smart. I was losing momentum in those small 20 to 30 minute times of free time every day, right? Or on the weekends, in the evenings. So I started a new mantra. My mantra, this is 10 years ago, I began to ask myself, is this getting you closer or is this pushing you further away from your goals? I would recommend you do the same thing. Starting today, in every aspect of your life, personal, professional, spiritual, relationships, whatever it is, start asking yourself, is this getting me closer to my goals or is this pushing me further away? And remember, this does not mean you're working 24/7, 365. There's no trophy for being a workaholic, right? Nobody talks about how much money they made on their deathbed. We've all heard this before, right? I'm not saying go kill yourself and work 24/7, 365. I believe in taking what I call strategic breaks from the computer. I take them every day, every week, and every month. And I highly recommend eating healthy food, right, to keep your system, right, keep this tool of ours working at tip-top condition. Take power naps each day to increase productivity, right? Incorporate exercise into your daily routine, right? That'll put you at your best mindset. And I always encourage my clients to find something outside of trading that makes them feel good about themselves. You know, when your trading isn't going very well, if the only thing you have in your life is your trading, you're not going to have that energy, that positive mindset, right? You want to have your trading career, your relationships, right? Your health and fitness, your spirituality. You want to have all of this stuff balanced. Without it, when one goes down, the others will hold you up. That's right. That's long-term success, right? That's that safety net that will allow you to navigate through the pitfalls. This life that they throw tons of obstacles at us, and you have to be able to bounce off of them, right, and not crumble. Boy, look at that time, boy. 18 minutes already. We've covered a lot so far. Let's do a recap, shall we? We talked about three ways to make trading easier: a trading strategy, a trading coach, and a positive trader's mindset. We've talked about how your trading strategy needs to be battle tested in various market conditions, right? How it should be effective at identifying reliable trading opportunities that have a positive risk-reward ratio. We've talked about the importance of using a professional trading coach to bring out the best in our personality and to further develop our skills so we can execute that trading strategy correctly each day, right? We talked about how the strategy was the bones, right? But the coach was the muscle, right? To really get it moving. And then we talked about how important it was to have a positive mindset and how this is achieved through balance in your lifestyle. Setting realistic goals that are tied to our actions, not the market's actions, and how we can use a journal to track our emotional score to identify opportunities for improvement. Guys, I really hope this lesson makes the business of trading easier. And remember, I'm going to be here every step of the way. I roll up my sleeves and work hard with my clients every day in our trade room, in our classroom sessions, right? And I look forward to doing the same thing with you guys as well. I'll help you create some structure in your lifestyle, and I'll be able to make your trading goals a lot easier to reach. All right, wrapping things up, I've taken way too much of your valuable time. Hope you found a ton of value in today's psychology lesson. I would love to hear from you guys on additional topics, so make sure you post some comments below the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And guys, don't forget to share this information with a friend, because no matter what strategies we trade with, we all have emotions. We all have to find a way to generate that positive mindset. And don't forget, you can find me every morning, 8 o'clock Eastern time, in my trade room with all of our clients here at School of Trade. Catch my newsletter every evening, Monday through Thursday, before 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we get a great free trial over at schooloftrade.com. That'll do it for me. My name is Joseph James. You guys be well out there. Be nice to each other, will you? Have a great holiday season. If I don't see you guys, happy holidays, and of course, Happy New Year. And don't forget to come out and see us next time in the next psychology video. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.